All right, I'm going lo-fi. Lo-fi. PC. My PC is not happy, but let's see if people are going to come in. Let's see if people are going to come in. PC's not happy this morning. It just goes through periods where it just doesn't want to start, or it just dies. So we'll see if people come over. Let me switch my PC off. Maybe people hanging around the stinky old screen that isn't there. Switch my PC off. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Lo-fi. Lo-fi. We're here. Hey, yeah, here we go. Thanks for coming over, folks. This one will be stable. Well, I don't know where I've put my phone charger, so I'll have to nip off and get that in a second. All right. I know what you come for. You come for the psychedelic stuff. There we go. Let's get some colours happening there. How we going? All right. All right. Let's have a look here. So anyone who's made comments, I don't know if there was any super chats or anything in there. So if you've done that, just let me know. Or if you could put your comments in again, give me something to talk about. That'd be nice. Actually, that light is annoying me now. Oh dear. There we go. So Ben Kaufman, we're here. People are coming over. Hello, hello. It's all right. Here we go. Everyone's coming in. So yeah, if you want to bung comments in again, if you want to ask me a question or something, that'd be cool. But this is lo-fi. All right, we've got a few people in here now. Mark Cousins, get a hammer out. Yeah, where is my hammer? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe there it is. There it is. PC technology. So yeah, that's when I become a YouTube millionaire, which might happen in 20 years. I'm getting a new computer because it's annoying. Ian Kendall, still listening, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Wayne Bonner, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Damn, I'm not putting another super chat in. Dear, oh dear. How's everyone doing? I missed a $500 super chat. Sorry, Wayne. Borada, Welsh girl. Big up Hotspur Hippie. Big up Alison. Nice to have you around. Third time's a charm, you siren. I know, man. This is foolproof. The only thing that's like not foolproof about this one is that my phone's on 19% and I don't have my charger here. So I know I've got to get my charger. No, I'll do it now. I'll do it now. All right. All right. I'm going to do it now. Hang on. All right. I've got a charger. Now just got to find the... Oh, this is riveting doing this, isn't it? I've got to find my... I've got that thing. I'll do the other bit in a minute. Bugger it. So this is what I do. I put things off and then it will all go to shit. And I'll panic. Oh, Ben Kaufman, it's so unbelievably hot tonight in the UK. Oh, you're in a bit of a September heat wave, eh? Here it is. It was raining yesterday, but it's supposed to be a lovely day today. It's spring in Australia now, or spring in Sydney. For some reason, Australia goes with the first of the month to change season. I don't know. Keeps it simple, I suppose. Swim Master, third time lucky. We'll have to call you Paul Houdini. No worries, man. Yeah, I can't escape technology, unfortunately. Moondog, big hammer, mate. Yeah, I know. I need a... Yeah, well, it is a big hammer, which I've lost instantly. Yeah, look at that. This has been used to repair many an ACL and hamstring injury by Tottenham Hotspur's medical staff, and it also fixed computers. Mark Cousins, I would have chucked it out the window. It's tempting, man, isn't it? It really is tempting. Welsh Gal, super chats and memberships are available. Yeah, help me buy a new bloody computer. Stupid thing. Lemmy, another member of the Hotspur commune. Put the kettle on while you're up. Yeah, might as well. Have I finished my coffee? Yeah, I've finished my coffee. Mark Cousins, professionalism at its finest. Well, you know, you get what you pay for, don't you? Well, you are paying, and well, you know, yeah, it's not my fault. You know, I don't know why it does it. And then I'll muck around and change some stuff, and then it will get going for a bit, and then it'll be fine for days, and then it'll start crapping out again. It's just annoying. Seems man, come on you Spurs, come on you Spurs. Seems man, peace man, nice peace sign there. Ben Kaufman, I need a couple of IPAs to cool down. Well, the IPAs could. Oh, I see. The hot weather. I don't know, is IPA good for hot weather? I suppose you can drink what you want, don't you, really? Wayne Bonner, it's been so bloody hot in the UK this week. Really? I didn't know there was a heat wave going on. You know? Oh, hang on. Right, we're back to this because I was cutting out and I was waxing lyrical. So yeah, tactical videos. Thanks, Yusarium. So you can like so it's like after a game, then you can sit down and you say, well, oh well, none of these words, by the way, that I'm going to say, I understand any of them. I just don't, but I hear people saying them, so I can regurgitate them. The number 8 and the number 6 are acting as a double pivot. Were they, or were they just playing football? You know. So, but yeah, I've watched those videos myself, and you know, I suppose if you're a tactical nerd, you know, if that's your thing, I don't mean that in a bad way. If you know, you like tactics, and like I said, I do watch them from time to time. But I often get the feeling myself that people are are maybe putting intelligence where there wasn't, or planning where there wasn't. But who knows, man? That's the thing. You know, that's my limited knowledge of football, isn't it? I don't know how much is kind of jazz free form out there and how much is drilled in. I like to think it's more free form, especially the way we're playing at the moment anyway. Mark Cousins, I find shouting and swearing at the PC helps the laptop go even more mental. Okay. Yeah, I switched off from the laptop a while ago because it just couldn't cut it. But when I'm out in Bushman's place in the Blue Mountains, I use his laptop and it works fine. I don't know. All right. Any more comments coming in? There's a few people still coming in. While I'm waiting, I'll go and get my charger lead, and then I'll be able to keep going for a bit. So, excuse me. Super chats, memberships are available. I've probably got a lead here that don't work. Because why do these leads, they just stop working after a while? It's like they put the minimum amount of metal that you can put in a wire and it don't last. So let me see if this one works. Oops. Something like that. There we go. All right, we're up and running. Oh, well, Scout, you almost had me there. Greetings from Blaenau Festiniog. I had a school trip there. As I said before, I had a school trip there. I don't know what the purpose of the school trip was, just to bugger about, I think, because that's all we did. It was quite fun. Went to Blaenau Festiniog. I think we stayed in Pontefract, and we went to Better Coed for a day, or Coed. And it was a lot of fun. But I think that's the only time I've been to Wales. It's shocking, isn't it? I think a lot of English people are like that. I'm no exception. I've never even been to Scotland. Can you believe it? Been to Australia and loads of other countries. I haven't been to Scotland. Ben Kaufman, my football knowledge is just psychedelic rockabilly style. Yeah, man. Just that's what it is to me. I just watch and just let it all seep in and savor it and enjoy the emotion. actually, how it's been planned, I don't really care. You know. Says, man, things today stop working, so you have to buy more. I know. And now on his PC, he used to run VR. He used to do a lot of VR racing, and it was fine. And I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with it. Don't know. Dionysios Demertzis. Greetings from Adelaide. Greetings, man. That's a new name in the chat. Welcome aboard. Is that a Greek name? I don't know if it's a Greek name. Could be a Greek name. If it's a Greek name, Yasu. I know Lemmy loves the way I speak Greek. He said I speak it like I'm from Athens. That's how good I am at Greek. How many we got in here? We've got 21 in here at the moment. So we got another week before Tottenham play, which is hard to it's hard to get my head around, man. We just got going and we're stopped. It's like Lasarian says here, missing our Spurs, but happy my Broncos. Oh no, yes, Arian. But my Broncos kept the Storm to 0 in the first finals game overnight. I've not watched the finals, man, because I'm not in it as usual. Sad to see Ryan Pappenhausen receive a compound fracture to his lower leg. Oh no, late in the game though. Yeah, I think the Broncos look good from what I've seen. They look like they're playing with a bit of swagger, don't they? Is it Reece Williams? Who's the kid? The kid, he's a really good player. But my team, St George Dragons, nearly got the wooden spoon this year. Total crap. New coach coming in. And I see he's moved. One of the first things he's done is moved training back to Cogra instead of Wollongong. So I think that's a good thing because it's St George. It's not Illawarra. I know it's a bit Illawarra, but all that's silly. Get rid of the Illawarra bit. They were rubbish. They're dragging us down. Mark Hamill, sorry to change the subject. No, man, I'm tap dancing here. So, any change to any subject is more than welcome. Any idea on the French New Zealand rugby game? No, I know the World Cup's happening, and I will get into it when it starts. But I reckon. New Zealand would win that, wouldn't they? I mean, I'm guessing. I think Australia are going to be woeful in the World Cup. I think Eddie Jones is not. He's managed Australia before. That's where I remember him from. I know he's done a stint in England, which I wasn't really following what he's doing there. But when he was in Australia, he was rubbish. He was rubbish. I don't think Australia are going to win anything with Eddie Jones as coach. He had a bit of a dummy spit when he left Sydney Airport at the journalists, and it was like a real petulant, immature dummy spit. There's ways to dummy spit at the press, and the way he did it, it was just, oh God, I would have run through a brick wall for this guy. No. It's just petulant. Ben Williams, g'day, man. Another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Super chats and memberships are available. Hope you're enjoying being back on. Scrolling. Back on the road. Yeah, I've only gone out for a little drive. It was weird getting behind the wheel for the first time in a while. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the paperwork so I can earn money. But yeah, well, it is nice. It is nice. Just to know I can go out and about again, renting a Prius. So it doesn't. It's a crap car, but it doesn't use any petrol. That's the point. So they're very good on petrol. Didn't know if you knew that. I'm no car expert. Kim62, what a player we have in Vicario. Yes, man. People doubted him. but he's proving people wrong, and he is only going to get better. Yeah, no, I liked him from the outset, man. This is one that I picked, I think. Um, I did want David Raya, but when Vicario became more likely, I thought, oh yeah, this Vicario kid's good, and I'm glad we got him. And I didn't. I could see he's clearly a nutcase between the sticks, which I like. And I think he's been brilliant, hasn't he? He's pulled off some amazing saves. But it's the way, you know, I always get worried when goalkeepers start playing football. But the ball at his feet is good enough. I'm not like clenching nervously every time the ball goes back to the keeper now, which is, you know, a nice change. His distribution's pretty good. He's very vocal. You can see he's very passionate. You know, the way he celebrated that shot from who was it we played? Was it Bournemouth? Who was the last team we played? No, it wasn't. Was it? Hang on. We thrashed them. Burnley. pulled off you know, it's amazing how, you know, when you've got a good goalkeeper, if you think about it, how good they are, because especially if they're in a good team like Spurs are at the moment, they won't have to do anything for 60 minutes, and then a shot comes out of nowhere, and they've got to be ready for it, and he clearly is. So I'm really happy about Vicario, and I think he's going to get better, man. No doubt about it. Ian Barron, hello from is it Doncaster or Darlington? I keep forgetting, mate. Sorry. Oh, phone's not very stable. Everyone watching, hope you're well and have had a great hot day and have liked as normal. I'd look up the temperature. I've got nothing to look it up on, so I don't know what's the temperature. Is it 30, 35, or what is it? It's weird though, because like you get a heat wave in England, it's like reverse. So in England, because buildings and things aren't built for hot weather, you get a day of 30 degrees and it's like torture. Whereas over here, buildings aren't built for cold weather. I don't know why. There's no such thing as double glazing. Can you believe it? There's no double glazing in Australia. So yeah, so even though it might only get down to, I don't know, 10 degrees here, which isn't really super cold, it's absolutely freezing indoors. Absolutely freezing. Drooler, hello, man. Big up, Paul. Big up, Drooler. Oh, the Pilch, the latest member of the Hotspur Hippie Commune. G'day, the Pilch. Hello, mate. Good to see you back. Thank you very much. Thanks for your support, man. Mia. Hello, Mia. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Derek Smith. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're well. Probably already discussed. But Dyer having a meeting with Levy. Ooh. Hopefully, Danny Coys, is it? Daniel Coys, said to Dyer that Ange held sway whether he was in the squad or not. Well, you know, hopefully this will be the last we see of this sort of behaviour at Spurs. I mean, players going above the manager's head is not on, is it? It's I don't think it. Maybe, you know, I mean, who knows what maybe he was going in there to see if he could sort out a buyout on his contract or something like that. You know, if he's there saying, why isn't Ange playing me? Then, you know, he should be playing me. The manager's crap and all this. Then that's, you know, he's got to be gone. He's got to be gone. It's a sackable offence. But I do like that press report when it came out. So it was a secret meeting, but nevertheless, we're just going to guess what was talked about. We don't know. It could have been, oh, I want to take a week off. I've just got married or something like that. Can I bugger off during the international break? I've put my leave form into the system, but no one's approved my leave form yet. You know, how normal people operate. Got to beg to have time off work, spend your own annual leave. Who knows? Cam62, Ange up for manager of the month. Yes, I saw that as well. Yes, that's cool, eh? This month worries me. Oh, bit of a poison chalice. I haven't looked on the history of Premier League manager. I suppose Nuno might have got one. Could he? Could Nuno have got one for us? Because we were top of the table. if he wins it, what a statement to people who was unimpressed with his own appointment. Yeah, well, I think everyone's come over now, though. I think everyone's come over, even non-Spurs fans. And I get it. I get it, because you just haven't, well, not you, but people that doubted Ange, they just hadn't heard of him. They hadn't seen him because he was operating in a different country. You know, you can't know what every up-and-coming manager's like all over the world. I'm sure some people do, but I certainly don't. And so when it's something new and unknown, you're going to be a bit wary and think, what's this? And, you know, for us in Australia, we already knew, man. So it was easy for us. But he's done it, though, hasn't he? Everyone's come over. That's a measure of the man. He's won everyone over. Got Robbie Williams singing songs about him. See, Robin Williams, Spurs gave him a kit, which was weird, that, because on the one hand, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But on the other hand, I thought, well, it's not like Robbie Williams ain't got a quid or two. Why don't they give some shirts to some kids that can't afford it? That's what I thought. But, you know, I suppose it's a good publicity stunt, isn't it? Mark Cousins, stay below the speed limit or you'll be deported to the UK. Well, the good thing is I've got a nice, clean 0-point license now. So, because when I started Uber, I already had 6 points, and you get 13 here, but they last for 3 bloody years. So over the course of 2 years, I did the other 7 points, just, you know, 5k here, 5k there. So at least I'm pretty sure, even with the odd slip up, that I'm not going to lose my license again, which is good. You know, I can drive without shitting myself, basically, which is what I was doing a lot of when I had like 2 points left. It's like, ah. But yeah, they last 3 points here. It's ridiculous. Lily White Lane. Question, Paul. Okay. Talked about it on my own channel earlier. Do you think we should terminate Dyer's contract? Well, I don't think he should be anywhere near the first team squad. So that can happen, whether he's been terminated or not. It can happen, but maybe it's difficult. And if it's too difficult, maybe that's a good option. Like, it swings and roundabouts to it. I mean, my gut reaction is, yeah, get him out of the club. I don't want him anywhere near it. Him and Hugo, get rid of him. But I suppose that's, you know, it sets a precedent, maybe. I don't know. Look, I'd be inclined to do it, because when you pay them out, it's not going to be the full value of the contract or their wages. Problem is, you're paying it all up front, which is not good for cash flow. You know, all these business things that I've got, you know, I'm a football fan. I've got to concern myself with balance sheets and profit and loss and all this bullshit. But I think it'd be good for us if we terminated the club, then terminated Eric's contract. Then it's a clean slate, isn't it? And just got a completely free reign. Then the old leadership group has been almost completely disbanded, or they've lost their pyramid of power. Now the thing that might have changed this, now Sanchez has gone. Does that mean that Ange would you know, it puts him up a place, or is he behind Phillips? Is he behind Dorrington? Could he be still behind, like, maybe Pierre-Emile Højbjerg coming in at centre half, or Ollie Skip coming in at centre half, or, you know, Ben Davies? There's, you know, I'd like to think that his days are finished and we don't have to rely on him, because, you know, if we play younger players, we might drop points or lose games, but I'd prefer that, because I know you know what you're going to get with Dyer, don't you? You know you're going to get rubbish, and with a young player, you're probably not going to get rubbish, but it might take them a while to get there. And I'd prefer to see that. Do it now. You know, I don't know if we're going to, but there's every chance we could still win stuff. We could win an FA Cup. That's what I still think we'll win. But as of right now, right this moment, we're in a title race. After it's only 4 games, but it is a title race right now. So I don't want Eric Dyer anywhere near that title race. Remember Antonio Conte? Remember that guy? And he said the thing about these players is their mentality. They don't want to play under pressure, and he's one of them. And we saw in the game against Fulham, we've got a few others as well, where you can have, maybe 2 or 3 of them in your first 11, but if you have 4, 5 or 6, they won't play. So I'd love him to go. I'd love him to go, man. I don't like his attitude. I think he's a rubbish defender. I don't like his. I don't like the way he behaves and acts. It's not Tottenham. So get rid of him. Ian Barrow, Hotspur, sorry, keep on missing your live streams. Damn, long COVID symptoms. Yeah, sorry, he's still struggling with that, man. No, I haven't been live streaming as much this week, because there's not much news. And I've had a bit of anxiety this week, which don't help, but that's passing, so that's good. But I will be getting back on the road soon, which is nice, and I'll be doing live streams some more weird hours then, which would be good. Looking forward to it. Derek Smith, I agree with that, Kim. Give it to that guy at Chelsea, I say. I agree with that, Kim. Give it to that guy at Chelsea, I say. What did Kim say? Don't know. Time has passed, man. Ben Williams, I didn't see any headlines about Dyer being promoted to deputy captain or new star player contract today, so I'm guessing his meeting didn't go as he planned. Well, there was no statement from him, I suppose, is kind of what you're saying there. There's no statement from Eric, so. But it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Him and Hugo had chances to leave, and they're still just hanging around. We'll find out actually what more of the state of play is. I believe it's next Wednesday. Yes, next Wednesday. So this Wednesday coming, that's the deadline for the Premier League. It's Wednesday afternoon, I believe, is the deadline for the Premier League squads to be finalised. So that'll tell us, won't it? Hopefully he doesn't have a number, but what have we got to backfill him with? I think we've got options there. I do hear a lot about, we're only an injury away from disaster. And I keep saying it. Last year, we were 0 injuries away from disaster because we were shithouse. Ian Barron, oh, wow, 30 degrees plus in London. That is hot weather. They're predicting it's going to be, well, what do they know? They're, weather forecasts aren't what they used to be. Well, I look at my app now, and it's just giving me percentages and probabilities. It's like, here's all the raw data, Paul. You figure it out. It's like, I don't know what this is. I used to just look at the weather, and there'd be a picture of a sun or a rain cloud. It's like, okay, that'll do. It's not accurate, but it's an idea. I don't have to think. Basically, I don't have to think about what the weather might be based on statistics. Terrible. But they are expecting a long, hot, dry summer, which we haven't had for 3 years. The last really hot summer was just before COVID, where we had bad bushfires, really bad air quality all around Sydney and a lot of places on the east coast here. And you'd see the sun in the sky, and it was like an apocalypse. The sky would be red, and the sun during the day would be red instead of yellowy orange. And they reckon it might be happening again this year. So I don't know, what can you do, eh? Ben Williams, England reached 32 today. It was crap, too humid. Oh, okay, with weather. We don't know how to do hot weather. No, you ain't got any air conditioning. That's your problem, isn't it? So whereas here, there's air conditioning everywhere. Because when I say a hot day, I mean over 40. That's what I'm on about. Here we go. It's Jacob. Jacob's in the hood. United Spurs of America. Big up, Paul. Big up, Jacob. I didn't look if you're streaming or what. So, so I don't know if you are or not. Let us know in the chat if you are or what. Mia W, the seaside lady. She's been amazing here by the beach. I'm loving the warm weather. Yeah, well, you got the sea breeze coming in. Sea breeze. What beach are you near? Is it a pebbly one or a sandy one? Because if you're on the south coast, there's a lot of pebbles down there, boulders. You're sort of lying like that. But beach is a beach. Sea's the sea. Derek Smith, Dyer might still get a squad number as there is now space for him. It's possible, isn't it? But we don't really need a squad of 25, do we? I mean, say if we get knocked out of the FA Cup, then we're only playing 40 games this year. It's not 50 or 60, it's 40. So I don't know if we need to give him a squad number just because we have to have 25, because I don't think we're going to use 25 players. Mark Campbell, can't wait for the rain to so hot in London. Zombies everywhere. Yeah, well, it's the world, isn't it? Ian might sleep outside tonight. You know, I do that from time to time. If it's a really warm night, I've got a little self-inflating mattress, and I'll just go up on the roof and have a sleep up there. It's all right up there because there's not many mosquitoes around. I'm under the stars. It's very nice, actually. Lots of everyone's saying hello to each other. The Pilch, member of Hotspur, he'd be coming. Nuno did get man of the match. Okay. Well, then it is a bit cursed chalice or poison chalicey, isn't it? But we weren't playing good football. That was just done on results. We were terrible. We were lucky. It's been like that for years at Spurs. Even like last year, we were all right at the beginning on paper, but we all knew we were a bit ropey. Top Spurs, g'day, man. Big up Paul and chat. Any chance you could organise an Uber cab for Dyer? Getting sick of hearing that bloke's name now. If only there was an international brotherhood of Uber drivers, but there isn't. I think Uber drivers will hate each other, or there's a lot of competition there. Drula, the only beach I'm next to is my neighbour. She's a not. Oh dear. We've come a long way from when I was a kid, and everyone used to talk to each other. Everyone hates each other. Everyone's just the inconvenience. I don't know. Hasn't technology brought us all close together, folks? Seems mad. I heard Ange called up Dorrington. True. I don't know, man. It wouldn't surprise me, but I mean, that'd be awesome, actually. He might be doing some work with him, I'm guessing, during the international break, which would be cool. It's actually not bad. Maybe this international break isn't that bad for Ange. Now, just a thought popped in my head. Is that he knows the bulk of who he's going to play, but he's got a chance to see the non-international players knocking around and see which of them's up to the job. So Dorrington, I'm sure, would be in the picture. Whether he'll get a nod or not's another thing, but I certainly wouldn't mind it. From what I've heard, this is I can't remember where I heard it, but it's from people I think who know a bit more than me. People have been saying, and I haven't heard any contrary opinion, is that Ashley Phillips is almost ready to go. He's like 6'4". He's a big kid, big man. Even though he's young, he's kind of like a man. He's a child in a man's body. That's probably not right, because he's probably got the mental capacity of a man as well. And he's better than Dorrington. And I've always thought Dorrington was pretty good. The bits I've seen him in under 20, in under 21s and whatnot. So if we got Phillips and Dorrington, it's probably a good thing. Derek Smith, I read a quote supposedly from Vicario that Hugo's been helping a lot, which is interesting if true. Well, that was part of the deal, wasn't it, Derek? When we renewed Hugo's contract last summer, or whenever it was, for an extra 2 years, the deal was that he would be mentoring a replacement, and that didn't happen last year because we got Fraser Foster. He doesn't need any mentoring at all. So maybe that, I mean, say if he moved into a goalkeeping coach role or something like that, I wouldn't be totally opposed to that. I guess, I'm only guessing what goes on behind closed doors, but I think that Hugo's captaincy ended badly at Newcastle. So I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Would we have him around as a coach or a helper? I don't know. Well, it looks like we've got no choice. He's going to be around running up it and down a hill for a year. If he can make Vicario better, then it's good, isn't it? That's the only thing that matters. Ian Barron, Arsenal let Pepe go for £4 million. He was their club record signing for £73 million. It is madness, man. It is madness. It's just it's weird, isn't it? I think there was like that. There was a few golden years in football where, because like back in the '70s, footballers, if you're outside, especially outside the the top teams, you wouldn't earn enough in a career to have a good life afterwards. And I think I'm all right with that. If a footballer makes a load of people happy for 10 years and then they retire, then good on them. They've kind of done their service to society. So there was a period where that was possible, but now, I mean, the wages they're a joke, aren't they? And when I hear about the women players saying they need more money in the game, which I agree with, because like if you put more money in it, the standard's going to get better, isn't it? And if I see there's players like Eric Dyer on 80,000 a week, I'm thinking surely there could be a bit more money in the women's game, couldn't there? There is money there. You hear suspicious characters on the internet saying, "Oh yeah, but the women don't earn the same money because of the revenue and all that." It's like we're talking about billions. We're not talking about sitting next to each other in an office and quibbling about $500. There's absolute hundreds of billions of dollars in football. So, a bit more could go over that way, and no one would be like pleading poverty or anything like that. And it would raise the standard. It's the same in any sport. But you can. I did look at this a while ago, it's a few years ago now. But like Olympics, the thing that determines how many gold medals you get in the Olympics is purely how much you spend. That's all it is. So all this, you hear this stuff about like Australia, for such a small population, they punch above their weight and all that. It's because we spend the money on it. It's the only thing. You spend your money on it and you get better at it. It's not rocket science. But people like to get nationalistic. Oh, we're a small country and we're punching above our weight. Yeah, well, spending more money. Like you can see it happened in the UK. It happened in two examples. The run up to the Sydney Olympics in 2000. We spent loads of money on athletes. We don't spend bugger all now. But so we had a successful Olympic Games. The same with London. The Great Britain team had loads of money spent on it and they did really well. It's just the way it works. Ben Williams, we keep being linked to Tony in January. If Sonny keeps being a good number 9, what's your thoughts on that? Do we kick Richarlison to the curb, Dyer style? Richarlison's a conundrum, isn't it, man? It really is. Because I really want him to do well, but he's not been doing it so far, unfortunately. But Sonny at number 9 looks like the way to go at the moment. And I'm thinking, well, we've got Brendan Johnson and Valise approaching the team as well. Maybe Richarlison gets. I mean, where does he fit in? We've got Manor Solomon. Starting to look not good for Richie. One of these times when he comes on as a substitute, he's got to turn it on. But you just saw how bloody clinical Son is in front of goal. Whether he's 3 yards in front of it or 12 yards away, he's just he's a finishing expert. All 3 of his goals were great against Burnley. This first one, the little dink, perfect finish. Richarlison, I'm guessing, would have taken a swipe at that, whereas Sonny sold everyone a dummy. He looked like he was shaping up for a big shot and then pulled his power and just dinked it over the top. You can't finish like that unless you're an expert and supremely confident in what you're doing. So, for me, he stays at number 9. But, whatever Ainge does, basically, he might want to play Richarlison there again, see if he can get some form out of him. But it's not looking real good, is it? I don't want to go too down on the guy, though. I don't know why. But I don't think he's going to make it. My gut's saying his opportunities are running out anyway, so he might still get a couple, and he's got to grab them. If he doesn't, we've got other people that can play there. The Pilch, mate. Have you been keeping an eye on Kane in the Bundesliga? No. To me, that leave seems awfully dull, and I feel Kane made a bit of a boo-boo going there. What are your thoughts? Well, there's a friend of mine in England who I was talking to about this, and he had an interesting take, and I'm inclined to believe, it's possible. So his take was that Harry Kane wanted to go, like for whatever reason, maybe he just felt like a change, broaden his horizons, or whatever, and this would be, a chance he could do it now, and he just wanted to get out. And I think, well, my mate's opinion is that Harry Kane kind of did us a solid by, agreeing terms, but letting the club, Tottenham Hotspur and Bayern Munich, sort it out, and he would have gone with whichever way it wanted. So I think Harry Kane did us a solid by getting so much money for him and leaving. I think for him personally, well, I can't say it's a mistake, can I? Because that's what he wanted to do. Just looking from the outside, I'd say that I think he's going to miss out on some really good times at Tottenham. But, he's having fun in Germany. But no, I'm not following him because he doesn't play for Spurs anymore. So I don't care. But I hope he doesn't regret. If we win stuff, I hope he still doesn't regret his move. Because he's done a lot for us, and it's players in England used to do that from time to time. Go to the Chrissy Waddle went to Marseille, Glenn Hoddle went to Monaco. It's something that some players want to do. They want to play in a different country, different environment, and see how they fare off. So, and a lot of if you speak to Glenn Hoddle about him going to Monaco, he reckons it extended his career. So if they're doing things in a different way in Bayern that suits Harry Kane, it could be really good for him. I think it's a shame that it came to that, though. I mean, really, I suppose the other thing is it's a shame that Tottenham got to such a state that Harry Kane wanted to go, that we didn't, we had one of the best players in the world, and we didn't use that to more of an advantage and push on and have some success. Instead, we just relied on him to dig us out of the poo and just scrape through with things, a Champions League 4th place here and there, Kim62, Dyer's fate is in Ange's hands. So if he uses him, then so be it. But I don't think Ange is keen, as he's not even been on the bench. No, he hasn't. I mean, that's a sign, isn't it? That's a signal. It's just whether Sanchez going has freed up a spot or not, I suppose. But he doesn't look keen. I think it comes to that. Ange had to get through a lot of squad making his decisions. And some decisions he could make during the friendlies, and some decisions he could make during training, but other decisions he's had to make when he's seen them in anger in competitive games. But I reckon it was that friendly against Barcelona where Ange threw Eric Dyer the captain's armband, and I hated his performance. And I'm thinking, I'm guessing, hypothesising, maybe Ange wasn't happy with what he saw, because what I saw was a player that was doing an awful lot of point. It was typical Eric Dyer. It was pointing, hospital passes, sideways passes, not progressing play, and not defending very well. So he's useless, isn't he? As a leader, as a footballer, he just hasn't got it, man. He hasn't got it. Maybe he'll find it at some other club, but to me, he just looks like a player that wants to look good, but he ain't good, and that's the worst. A poser. Ben Kaufman, I'm definitely Eeyore in this weather. Ah, man, oh, man. Dear, oh, dear. Every cloud's got a silver lining. We ain't got any clouds at the moment. Mark Cavill, the 1976 heatwave. I remember that. Year of the ladybird. There were bloody ladybirds everywhere. Finchley open air swimming. Okay, Finchley open air swimming pool. We had Rice Slip Lido, and then 76. Yeah, Rice Slip Lido, because Uxbridge Pool was still closed then. I think that was an open air one. I don't know if Rice Slip Lido is still a thing or whether it's been filled in or whatever. Lido, in case you're American, is a man-made lake for recreational purposes, and they usually turn a bit sort of to crap. They're a bit like small Salton seas. They're just an ecological disaster waiting to happen, waiting to get all. They'll eventually make all the houses collapse around them, things like that. Driller, I'm melting. Oh no, man. You shower within seconds, you need the next one. 32 degrees tomorrow, and I normally worship the sun. Yeah, it's hard going, when you're not used to it. It gets like that here, when because my air conditioner is a crap little portable thing. It does enough to take the edge off, but if we get like over 35, I start having to have showers as well, and the water's bloody warm. It's Steady Shot, your earlier stream has caught me off guard. Oh, well, you got here in the end. My earlier streams caught my PC off guard. Didn't want to work. Near W to Stone Beach. All right, and when it's further out, early morning, there's a little bit of sand. There we go. Still beautiful. Oh, yeah, the sea's lovely. Kim62, Maddison is turning heads now. He is Tottenham. He was born to play for Spurs. He certainly was, wasn't he? Mason Mount. Mason Mount, what a contrast. Unlike Matters, he has hit the ground running. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying there, man. Well, there's a few big signings, man, that don't seem to have worked out. So, I mean, it's early days. I think we've been spoilt because our players, like I said, have just come in and performed immediately for some weird reason. And other big signings haven't been turning it on yet, but maybe they will, I'm hoping they won't, of course. Ben Williams, following on from what Kim62 is saying, if the Qataris took us over, we would probably start buying the Mounts instead of the Madisons. Money isn't a guarantee. It's always a danger, isn't it? It depends how that sort of ownership goes. I did a video yesterday. I don't really... I'm worried about a change at the moment because, your change of ownership means a change of everything. And I don't want to lose Ange Postecoglou or the squad we're building. I think it's shaping up quite nicely and I don't want any interference with that. But I'm glad I don't support Man United. I mean, our lot who own our club, bunch of muppets. But I mean, the Glazers, they're a whole different. They've got to be the worst, haven't they? They've got to be the worst owners in the Premier League. I would have thought they just, they bought the club and gave the club the debt for buying the club. They take dividends out of the club, which of course Simon Jordan hasn't got a problem with because Simon Jordan, they invested the money. They didn't invest the money though, did they? They just bought it off someone else. They haven't put 1 cent into the club. Seems mad. Anxious to see Phillips this season, actually. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see what the kid's got. I mean, people are raving about him. Ange wanted him. Ange seemed very keen on him. So I would be thinking he's imminent. I was very excited when I saw him on the bench ahead of Dyer. Ben Williams, out of interest, when did you start this channel? And has there been a steady increase in viewing or have you noticed spikes? I'm happy to see a positive reaction to your video today, by the way. Oh, yeah, me too, man. I was a bit, not nervous about it, but, when you go off topic, you don't know what people's reaction is going to be sometimes. But, well, I started it on, I think I probably started on June the 7th or June the 8th, Ben. And I started it because I lost my driver's license for 3 months. And so, even though I wasn't going into this thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to earn loads of money out of YouTube, it was really just something to do to stop me becoming completely depressed and anxious because my mental health is a bit wobbly sometimes. and really that the stream's been great for me to get me through this 3 months, and also a lot of generous support from viewers, which helped put bread on the table, But yeah, it's steady increase. Like it started off, it was a big jump at the beginning. I got a lucky break with a video I did, so I jumped up to like 400 subscribers pretty quickly. And after that, it's kind of a steady 100 or so a week. It's basically whenever I do stuff, the viewers go up, and if I leave it alone for a while, then nothing much happens. But people don't seem to run away from it. So it's been great, man. To get up to over 1,000 so quickly has been fantastic. And like when people are watching videos, I could see boring stuff like advertising revenue and all that going up, and I'm starting to think, okay, might be in a couple of years it might turn into more than a side hustle, because so far so good. You never know what happens in the future. Maybe this is my limit, I don't know, but I'm having fun doing it. Or maybe the sky's the limit, I just don't know. But I've really enjoyed it. It's helped me get through a real hard patch, and I'm looking forward to keep going with it, because now I'm going to be out and about when there's slow times in the car, which I know roughly when those periods are. They would be the periods when I'd have nothing to do and I'd get bored and come home and then get anxious because I didn't stick it out and earn more money, because box of ducks. Whereas now I'll just pull over, do a video, do a bit of editing, maybe do a live stream, and do it that way. So I think the two are going to work really well together. But yeah, thanks for your support, Ben. Thanks. You've been in here from the early days, man. El Cockerel, g'day, Jose. Good evening, Paul. Let's keep going. We've got even better times ahead. We certainly have, man. United Spurs of America. I don't know what time, because I'm on my phone now, so I don't know how long ago this comment was. Yeah, I'll be live after you, mate. Always welcome to join me if you fancy. I'll think about that. I don't know, man. I was up early today. I might just chill out and watch. I'll definitely watch yours anyway, because I like Jacob's channel. United Spurs of America. If you're not watching him, you should be. What? No, it's a bad way of putting it. Should. I'm not going to tell you what you want to do. All I can say is I like watching it. So if you think you like the same things as me, then go and have a look at it, because yeah, it's one of my favourite Spurs channels for sure. Derek Smith, I'm not really looking forward to seeing what Brian Hill can do under Ange. I have the distinct impression that he'll thrive. I'm really looking forward. Okay. I don't know, man. I just haven't seen enough of him. That's the only thing. So I just can't judge it. I mean, I don't buy, this thing about his physique and all that, because there's been plenty of small players playing football, and they can adapt the way they play. Derek Smith will jump over there after a hippie therapy. No worries, man. Okay, I'm right. I'll get through some of these comments. I'll probably finish in about 10 minutes. Or it might be sooner. Big up. It's like a daily medicine. Steady as shark. Looks like top 5 going to be very achievable this year. Oh, yeah, man. At least I think we're going to do it in style. Chelsea and Man United are getting wrecked by injuries and are crap even without them. Is the thing, like, I saw so many people trumping up Chelsea's chances, and I don't see it. They're a team that's racked by an organisation that's racked by problems, and that don't help your football team. So I think Chelsea are definitely out of the running. Man United, well, I mean, what a basket case! They're a basket case. I don't know if Ten Hag's the right guy for that job. You got this Sancho. It's when you look at Spurs, there's times you can look at Spurs, and I'm just gonna get a quick drink of water. Actually, we're a little bit dehydrated. I'm going to keep hydrated. Now, when you look at Spurs, especially what in and I guess from January onwards last season, it was like a catalogue of disasters, wasn't it? Catalogue of disasters. With Paratici, is he going to be banged up or not? Conte, Then we went to Stellini, and it's just all rubbish. No director of football, no this. And Scott Munn apparently starting soon. I saw somewhere he's starting soon. I've no idea what soon means. So, Spurs, absolute basket case. But then you go to Man United, oh my Lord, makes us feel like we're a well-run, cohesive organisation. The stuff they've been going through, I mean, Ten Hag, he had all that Ronaldo stuff to sort out, which I thought he did quite well. But then now we're looking at, the Mason Greenwood, is that his name, Mason Greenwood? It wasn't just the actions of that guy. I think that Man United responded to it absolutely the worst possible way they could. They couldn't have buggered that up more if they tried. Then Jadon Sancho got the ump. Bit of discussion between him and Ten Hag and all. They're a mess. I can't see them making top four either. And I think Arsenal will flake as well. So, Newcastle. What's happening in Newcastle? They seem to have lost a lot of mojo. So, could it be one of those years? Well, even if you look at last year's Premier League table, what was the winning? I think Man City lost 5 games. What was the points total? It was low, wasn't it? We'd had a run of. If it felt like we'd had a run of like you had to get 100 points or 95 points to win the league, and then last year it was quite low. So if this year is another year like that, if Man City have trouble, if they get more injuries or something, I don't know what can happen to Man City. You never know, someone might sneak in through the back door. And so far, if you're looking at teams to sneak through the back door, it's Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest football team the world has ever seen. That's it. Who else is there? Who else right now? We're the best right now. We're the best team in England and Wales. We're the best. We are the best team in the Premier League. No, you can't. No, I don't see anyone could say any different. Man United are 2 points ahead of us. Yeah, okay. They're not better than us. They haven't been playing better than us, and also we've still got to play Man City twice. So it doesn't matter if they're 5 points in front of us. We'll still beat them at the end of the season. Shamu van der Vu, decent game for Perisic today. I haven't seen. I can't look it up. I don't know who Croatia were playing, but that's super dobro for Perisic. Got an assist and a hand in another goal. Oh, nice one. He seems to do all right for Denmark, doesn't he? Hang on. No, sorry. I went on a Højbjerg there. I know Højbjerg got a goal as well for Denmark. Derek Smith, the Tinside Light Home Plymouth is the most picturesque in Britain. Superb setting. Okay. Wouldn't buy a house near it, though. Bloody foundations have fallen to bits. Derek Smith, I watched the match day vlog from a Burnley fan during our 5-goal drubbing. The lad was saying how brilliant Maddison was. So high praise from the competition. Well, sometimes you just got to put your hands up, haven't you? If a team canes you like that comfortably and they're playing really good football, I don't think Burnley should be too disheartened now. Though I'm seeing this from pundits saying, they shouldn't be playing possession football. They've got to be a bit more pragmatic. And I'm thinking, no. If they keep playing the way they did, and we were way better than them, but they've got a good. I can't remember the players' names, but they got a good couple of quick players. And if they play like that, they are going to beat teams. They're just not going to beat the big boys, but they are going to have some results come their way. And the reason why, one of the reasons I say keep playing that way is because I've heard this dumb shit before. I heard this for the Australian national team when Ange was in charge. That, we're only Australia, we shouldn't be trying to play flashy football. And it's not the way to do it, because if you don't try and play nice football, you're never going to get good at it. And the fans are never going to get excited. You might, winning stuff, you might win trophies or whatever. I don't know if you're Chelsea with Conte in charge or whatever, or Mourinho. But it's better to win well. And Ange just went ahead and just carried on playing his style of football and had success with Australia. So if I was Burnley and Vincent Kompany, I'd be holding firm on this. And I'm sure, you know, you're putting a smile on some fans' faces. They can, you know, see what you're trying to do. It's not Sean Dyche ball. So it's good. Mark Campbell, keep up the good work. I enjoy your company. Thanks, man. Oh, I find it a weird little thought sometimes that, you know, there's people, just as I do, you know, like, because I like to just slob out and watch YouTube and just hear people chat, you know, it's just meditation, I suppose. And to think that people are doing that with me is kind of cool. I'll never take it for granted. Derek Smith, looking forward to your live streams when you have a Spurs fan customer in the back of your Uber. Yeah, no, I'm not. Nah. No, unless they've seen my channel, I suppose. But the chance of that is so minuscule. Ben Kaufman, there's his channel. Go and subscribe to Ben's channel, The Coffee Company. The Pilch, I think your channel is excellent. Thanks, Ben. And you're clearly an authentic person, so your channel based solely upon that alone will grow. A fair play to you, man. I'll thank you. Well, thanks, man. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I know there are ways you can grow a channel because I've done sort of things before, not football related, but I've done sort of things before, and but I can't be asked. Is the short? You know, it's you know, you've got to do certain look on thumbnails. You've got to, you know, have your headline saying a certain thing, and I figure, like, I've got like everyone who does YouTube has got an audience out there somewhere. You don't know how big it is, you don't know where they are, but they're out there somewhere. And eventually, you know, for all people complain about the YouTube algorithm, all that, eventually you'll find the people will find you, you know. And I know this because I watch a lot of YouTube, and generally it doesn't do too bad a job at keeping me amused for a few hours. So I'd rather it happen like that, because if you go out, it's like, so say if you go on a big football channel, which I'm not saying I wouldn't do, but I've been on a couple of things, I guess, where you go on a channel and you say, oh, Hotspur, you know, at the end of it, you know, because I'm polite, so, oh, Hotspur, he'd be come over and subscribe, and you might get bloody 50 or 100 subscribers, and you think, oh, wow, that was good. And then over the next few days, a lot of them bugger off again. So what's the point? So thanks for your kind words there, Pilch. I'm glad my intention is coming across transparently. It's cool. Ben Williams, I'm glad doing these videos has been good for your mental health, mate. It's been fantastic. By creating a good community, you help the mental health of others in the process. Well, you know what? I've got to just blow my nose, man. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. Hang on. I mean, do other people get that? I was like, I don't have a cold or I'm not sick or anything, but then he just nose runs. It's pointless. I'm not in a dust storm. I don't need extra mucus protection. Yeah, well, I guess, you know, that's you know, I'm just try and do it my way, man. You know, just a place to chill out, talk Spurs, keep it fairly light. You know, if I go off on tangents, I try and keep it silly, not too serious. Now and then I get serious, but you know, I try not to. But I don't like aggro, man. That's the thing. I don't. You know, when I watch, I'm trying to do something that I would like to watch myself, which might sound a bit egotistical, but that's the only thing I can go on, isn't it? You know, I can't. If I start trying to do something that I think someone else would like, then I'm not being authentic. You know, so I'd rather just do the way I'm doing it. Because whenever I watch stuff, I don't like lots of people arguing and all that sort of stuff. There's no point. There's no point. You know, I find it ridiculous. Oh, well, let's have a debate. Why? Why? I know what you think. You know what I think. That's all right, isn't it? But no, it's a battle of wills and egos. It's the internet. I've got to win. I've got to win. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop interrupting all the time. And then when you're talking, I'm going to interrupt you a lot. And then what I'll do is I'll come up with a ridiculous hypothetical question, which means if you answer yes to it, I'm right. It's bollocks. I do enjoy it. I've had it a couple of times where I've been on streams and stuff. And people ask me a hypothetical, ridiculous question. I just refuse. I refuse to get drawn into your silly reality, you know. So I try and steer clear of that sort of stuff. I might watch it now and then, you know, but I'm taking part or doing it myself on my channel. Especially when I started the channel, I would have multiple people on. I just didn't like doing it. It never really got like aggro or anything, but I just can't do it. I'm not very good at that. I know other people are much better at doing more than one person. Drooler, Ten Hag, how long will he be in that position? That's a good question, isn't it? I don't know, man. But he's been there for a while now. He has made some. You know, they have bought. I mean, if you look at their squad on paper, you'd think they should be doing really well. So there's something not right. There's something not right in at Man United. They might have a kind of a Tottenham situation where they got few players that have been around there that think they've got a bit more power or, you know, pull or than they really have. And if that's the case, then Ten Hag hasn't sorted that out. So I don't know, man. I think he could be. Could he be gone by Christmas? He could be. I keep forgetting how cutthroat the Premier League is. I reckon by Christmas, if they have a run at look, look, I suppose it comes down to the results. If they lose their next 4 games, he's gone, hasn't he? That's what it could come down to. Kim62, Paul, just like Ange never stopped. Just like this channel got through. Just like this channel got you through tough time. You got me through losing my dad. You really helped. So keep going. Thanks, man. And you know, of course, sorry about your loss there. But we do find things to keep pushing through, don't we? Glad to have been a help, man. You know, can't fault your logic. I don't know, logic. Me, you don't want logic, man. Oh, I'm logical. No, you're not. Everyone's emotional. What you do is you have a feeling, right? And then your brain goes, oh, yeah, I'll work out some rationale for it. And that's logic. No, it's not. It's just your gut. Mark Cousins, I'm around your age. Paul, I understand I can't be bothered. I know, man. I know. It's just, it's too much work. Brian Hill, so no to the aggro. Say no to the aggro. So yeah, no aggro, man. Can't be asked. Hey, Queen Ellie. I've got to put my hat on, just take it off for her ladyship. Sorry, Your Royal Highness. I just called Dyer trash and got a right telling off. Who? What? Who? But what? Who? Where? But this gets me onto a little point though, Ellie, because I've heard a lot of people saying things like, "Oh, well, Ange should already have known who the good players and shit players are at Tottenham," because we all know. Well, we don't, do we? Who are they talking about? Spurs fans don't all agree. You give me 100 different Spurs fans, I'll give you 100 different opinions. And there are people out there that think Eric Dyer's great. And you know, I'm not really going to poo-poo them. I mean, if they're telling you off, depends how they're doing it, man. You know, but you know, I'm not going to slag someone off for liking a particular player or not. I might disagree with them, but I'm not going to. You know, don't matter, does it? So I think Ange has played it right. He's done it. He's done it his own way. He's done it his own way. Made his own decisions. Perfect. Perfect start. I hope he gets manager of the month. That'd be a nice, you know, thing. Ellie, I agree, Paul. Multiple people, too many cooks, spoiled broth. Yeah, look, sometimes it can work. Well, I think Sean Spurs talk show, he does them well. We Are Tottenham TV, when you know they have a panel show, maybe 4 people, they do it well. Irish Hotspur, Dave and Jack, and maybe a couple of other people, they do it well. just I'm shit at it. I'm all right when I'm on those. Do it, just I only talk when people give me a poke. But actually hosting things like that, well, I suppose I'm doing the build-ups for We Are Tottenham TV, but that's more of a structured thing as well. Like, I've got questions I want to ask and all that. But I do see some streams where everyone's going at it. I can't watch it. Just arguing about nothing. Because none of us run Tottenham Hotspur, so it don't matter, does it? Both Man United and Chelsea will improve. Don't count either out. I'm counting them out. I'm counting Chelsea out more than Man United. I must admit that. They just look rubbish. Brian Hill, how quick do you think Brennan Johnson will integrate into the squad? Well, if we're going by Mickey van de Ven speed, I think he'll be playing the next game. But who knows? I'm nearly at the bottom of the comments. Okay, I'm going to finish up soon. The Pilch, Pochettino, 3 more games before he's shit canned. It could be. It could be. Yeah, I don't think they're going to give him much chance at all, because I don't think you've got like a well of support from Chelsea fans. To Chelsea fans, he's Tottenham. They don't like us. They really don't. There's a lot of history there, and it's not sporting rivalry I'm talking about here. So a lot of their fans, they don't want him. They don't want Poch. Does Poch really want to be at Chelsea? It's a job. Is his heart in it? I'm sure he's trying to be as professional as he can be, but he would be feeling that vibe around the place. He's not going to be able to perform to the best of his capacity. Neither are the players. I think their owner's an idiot. So they're going down, second division. Derek Smith, your channel's great. Thanks, man. Very happy with all the tangents you go off on. Thanks, man. When are you introducing the recipe of the week section? Oh, well, me being a single guy, don't really have to be very culinarily fantastic. I'll give you a cheap little meal that I've had more than one of in these hard times. And probably Aldi is the best place to go. But those, what do you call them? Pot noodles in England? Pot noodles. Over here, like Fantastic Noodles, a little tub of pasta and you fill it with water. Now that's not the end of the recipe. What you do is you get a tin of tuna, like chili oil and tuna, and you put that into it. And it turns like a really rubbish, barely serviceable snack into something quite hearty for like a couple of bucks. So there you go. There's my recipe. If you're having ramen noodles, put a tin of tuna in it. Oh, here we go. Speak of the devil. I was just talking about you, David. The Irish Hotspurs here. Big up, Paul. Big up, man. And you know what? I think I might end it off. I've gone a lot longer than I thought I would. Thanks for putting up with the technical trouble at the beginning there. Third stream's a charm. I don't know. I might go. Shall I go and delete the other 2? I know. I'll delete the second one. The first one I was talking for a bit. Oh yeah, now I've forgotten how to end the stream on this one. I've got to get queued up here. There we go. I'll click that one, don't I? Okay. The Pilch, thanks for joining. I haven't updated this video. I've only updated on my OBS PC setup, so your name's not on it. But I'll just say the Pilch is also a Hotspur Hippie commune member. So I'm gonna go and have a look at Jacob's channel now and see what he's up to and just relax and chill out. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, whatever you're doing. I'll say, what do I usually say? God, I've been talking. My mind's gone blank. I've got my hat on. That's why I'm overheating. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.